Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here and this is your first time seeing me, my name is Piper, and I am a bit new to this world of YouTube. As you can tell, this is my second ever video, and today I'm going to be talking about my May favorites. I'm going to be talking about my makeup favorites, my fashion favorites, TV shows I've been liking, music I've been liking, all that good stuff, so let's get into it. Okay, so the first category I'm going to be talking about today is my makeup favorites. Now, the first things I'm going to be talking about are something I actually talked about in my last video, my Milk makeup review. So if you haven't seen that, go check that out. And that is the cheek stick and the contour stick. Now, since it is getting warmer out and summer is upon us, I am definitely into the whole dewy natural makeup look. So this is great for those days when you don't want a powder contour and a powder blush. I'll throw these on. Smells delicious, like I said in that video. It looks great. Next up on the list is something that I'm about 10 years late to, and that would be the Becca highlighter. This one I have here is in the color Moonstone. It is a beautiful, oh, if I can get it open. Wrong side. It's this beautiful champagne, you know, typical highlighty color. Now, the reason that I have been so hesitant to buy it until just now is I'm not a fan of that like intense Instagram makeup highlight look where it's very obvious that you're wearing highlighter. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. I love the look on people, but for me, I just want something that's a little less out there. And I always just assumed that this would be like crazy intense, but I went to Sephora and I told the lady my problem, and she recommended this handy dandy fan brush. But the good thing about this and this together is that it gives a very subtle fanned out look, hence the name fan brush. I'll do a little test. So you really don't have to worry about like going overboard because the fan brush makes it very subtle, and it gives me that effect that I really like, which is not, you know, like I said, the obvious highlighter stripe. It's just a nice glow. And this highlighter is the bomb. Next up on my list of makeup favorites is this ColourPop eyeshadow in the color Toi. And this is actually part of the collaboration that Jen M did with ColourPop like a year ago, 6 months ago? I don't know, I've had it for a while. But it is that kind of red burgundy color that I know is super in style right around the time of its release, and I've been loving it ever since then. I know the trend of the reddish eyeshadow has kind of like been on the back burner for a while now, but it's still living strong in my heart. So I just love that look of throwing it in the crease, maybe on the bottom lash line. I have it in my crease today, if you can tell, but it just gives a very nice sultry, vampy look. And I love warm tones on my face, so it's just perfect for me. Next up, we have skincare. Now, the month of May has been an insane skincare month for me. I've been loving it. It's been just my everything. So I've been really testing out some new stuff, and I think I've got my routine down. I think I'm gonna stick with this for a long time. As I mentioned in the last video, I'm currently in the process of going completely cruelty-free with my products. And I recently just kind of ran out of all my old skincare products at once. It was weird. It was one day they were all gone. So I figured it's time to get new stuff. I should really put in some research behind this. I researched anything that was cruelty-free and just really effective. And the first thing I found was the brand Paula's Choice. Now, I know that Wayne Goss here on YouTube talks about this brand a lot, so I was kind of familiar with it. And I decided to get two things. Now, the first thing is the Skin Balancing Pore Reducing Toner. And secondly is the Skin Perfecting 2% BHA Liquid Salicylic Acid. That's very wordy, but basically this is a liquid exfoliator. So what I'll do after I wash my face is I put on the toner first and then let that kind of dry for a second, then put on the liquid exfoliant. Now, you'd think it might be the other way around, you put on the toner after, but according to the website, it's very important that you do it in that order. Toner first, exfoliant after. And I really have noticed a difference I wouldn't say I've noticed my pores being smaller per se, but it's definitely helped with the shine. I used to get very oily throughout the day and now I just don't. It's pretty awesome. So I think that's probably part of it. Now the liquid exfoliant is different from the typical physical exfoliants because the physical exfoliants just like slough, whatever the word is, get off that dead skin on the surface level. But a liquid exfoliant kind of clears out your pores, gets out stuff like blackheads. And so I really have noticed a reduction of blackheads insanely since I've been using this product. Also, side note, recently I've become completely vegan in my diet and I think that has contributed to the health of my skin a lot as well. Ever since I stopped eating dairy, my skin has just gotten completely smooth. I used to always have like little bumps on my forehead, on my cheeks, but then probably within 2 days of going vegan, my skin is completely clear. It's pretty insane and awesome. So I think that half due to Paul's choice here and half due to veganism, so shout out to those factors. Woo! And the last thing on my skincare favorites is this little combo here, which is the CeraVe Facial Moisturizing Lotion. One of these is for the nighttime, one of these is for the morning. Now the AM is what it's called, is meant for the day, clearly, and it has, let's see, SPF 30 in it. Gotta protect that skin. And then the night one is just a regular moisturizer. Now, like I said, I've been trying to go completely cruelty-free. This is an amazing brand. You can just buy it at Walgreens, CVS, online. It's very cheap, but don't be fooled. It's actually a great, great product made with great ingredients. It's very simple, it's very healing, it's very soothing. I've been loving this combo. And I've been using the AM every morning, even on days when I don't really even go outside or when it's cloudy. It's always important to wear SPF. And then at night, I'll use the PM, and I've been loving this combo. Now, the next thing on the list is fashion favorites. I only have 2 fashion favorites this month. I haven't been really shopping very much, but the first thing are these gold hoops. And these are from Nordstrom, specifically the BP section, which is the kind of like young, hip, trendy clothes section. As you guys probably know, hoop earrings are just the big trend as of late, and I loved the look, so I thought, I gotta go get some. And I'm not a huge fan of, you know, buying Forever 21 jewelry because it just gets green really quickly. It's just not the best quality. So I thought I would up the ante a little bit and go to Nordstrom. Now these are not anywhere near like fancy Nordstrom jewelry. It's in the BP section, like I said. So I think they were like $11, $14, something around there. I don't know. I'll put the link in the description. But I really like the size of them. They're pretty substantial. Let me try them on for you. Don't have any earrings in now. But they're big without being too big, you can tell. Just a really nice, pretty gold color. Very simple, very thin, very cute. I've been wearing them pretty much every single day. Next up on the list are some mom jeans. Now, I have always loved the look of mom jeans, and I just thought I couldn't pull them off. I don't know, I just thought, I had in my mind that I didn't have the body type for it and it just wouldn't work for me. But I went to Urban Outfitters recently and I found these in the sale section, and I tried them on, and surprisingly, I loved the look. So, you know, if you think a trend's not for you, just go for it. You're probably wrong and it'll probably look bomb. So I got these. These are Tommy Hilfiger. Let's see if there's a name. Can't find a name, but anyway, it's just your standard mom jeans. They're in kind of a medium, true blue color, and I like to cuff the ends, wear them. It kind of reminds me of like painter's jeans, you know, and very 90s-ish, someone kind of like painting a house. It reminds me of that, makes me smile. Anyway, I've been wearing them a lot with bodysuits underneath. That's been a good look. So bodysuit, these jeans, a belt, and I love the big Tommy logo on the back. I just think that adds a nice pop of color. And let me tell you guys, I looked out with these jeans. They were originally like $160 or something absurd, and I got them on sale for $30. They had been marked down like 5 times, so shout out to Urban Outfitters. The next thing I'm going to be talking about are book favorites. I try my best to limit my TV and movie intake. Doesn't really happen, but lately I've been really thinking, you know, anytime I'm craving a TV show to watch or something, I will reach for a book instead. It's just better for your mind, you know? So here I have 3 books, and that might seem a little excessive, but you know, it's just what I was reading this month and I loved them all. So let me first get into Eat That Frog. And it is all about how to stop procrastinating and how to basically do that thing that's been holding you back, or you know, if there's that one thing on your to-do list that you just haven't gotten around to do, it's basically talking about how you need to just tackle that and then everything else follows, and it's very simple. This has actually been really helping me. It's changed the way I look at things and the way I look at my life and the way I view procrastination. So I'd like to give you a shout out, Brian Tracy. Thank you for opening my mind to the way of being a productive human. The second book on the list here is The Girl on the Train. Now, I think the theme of this video is me being 5 years late to every single trend. But, as you guys probably have heard, The Girl on the Train, it was a great book. They made it into a movie, but my grandma gave me this book and I figured I would give it a read. And if you guys were a fan of Gone Girl, I would definitely recommend this. It has this similar vibe of multiple points of view going back and forth between chapters. It has that kind of creepy, eerie vibe. There is a big old plot twist at the end. I'm not going to say too much about it, but basically it's about a girl on a train. What are the chances? So it's set in London, and it's about this woman who passes this house every single day on her train into the city, and she starts noticing something kind of weird, and then the girl that lives there disappears, and you're trying to figure out what happened, and it explores the unreliable narrator effect that is oh so fun to read. So I would definitely recommend this if you haven't already read it. You probably have, but if not, go check it out. And my third and final book here is Dress Your Family in Corduroy and Denim by David Sedaris. David Sedaris is known for his kind of humorous vignette storytelling. He writes a bunch of stories about his life and his childhood, and he just has a hilarious point of view and a hilarious voice. And warning though, if you're going to be reading this, try to avoid reading it in public because you will cackle out loud in a Starbucks and everyone will look at you and think you're a little girl. So next up, I'm going to be talking about a TV show I've been loving for the month of May, and that is The Tudors. So The Tudors is on Netflix, and it stars Jonathan Rhys-Meyers, Henry Cavill, and my girl Natalie Dormer. It is all about the life of the Tudors in England and the life of Henry VIII and his wives. If you guys know me in real life, you know that I love history, especially the history of monarchies and medieval times in England, and this just gives you all of those things in one. So it's all based on a true story, and oh sorry, Oliver's distracting me about his cuteness. Hey baby. It tells you the story of Henry VIII and his 6 wives and all the crazy shenanigans that happened. It's all based on a true story. I'm sure there's some embellishments here and there, but as a huge fan of Tudor England, I'm pretty well versed in it, and I can tell you that it's all very accurate. There doesn't seem to be anything made up like the show Reign. Don't even get me started on Reign. I know a lot of you guys like it, but I think it's just so wildly inaccurate. It drives me insane. So I love that about the Tudors, that it's pretty to the book. Also, if you guys are big Game of Thrones fans and you've been kind of jonesing for Game of Thrones to come back, I would definitely recommend checking out The Tudors. It has Natalie Dormer in it, who is in Game of Thrones. That's always fun. It also has just a super similar vibe, similar camera style. It's been filling that void in my heart that Game of Thrones has left. Just waiting for that to come back. My final category of favorites today are music favorites. So I'm going to be talking about one specific artist I've been loving and one certain playlist that I have on my Spotify. So that particular artist is a guy named Eden. He is kind of an electronic singer-songwriter. It's hard to explain, but it's a guy from Ireland, and he was actually recommended to me by a friend, and this friend was like, I think I kind of know your music style. Here, sit down and listen to this song. Now, I'm kind of a person that when I hear a song for the first time, I'm not always crazy about it, even if I love it later on. So when I do hear a song and I like it right away, I know it's amazing. So he showed me a song called Rock and Roll, and this song made my jaw drop. It is so good. There's something about it, it's just makes you kind of nostalgic. It's hard to explain, but it changes throughout the song. There's so many different levels to it. I just love it. So the very final thing on the list is that music playlist that's on my Spotify, and it is called The 60s or 1960s or something to that effect. Basically, it's just all of my favorite songs from my favorite era of music, which is the 1960s, compiled into one big old playlist, and I basically just play this whenever I'm hanging out at home, walking around town, doing everything. It's a good soundtrack to my life. And the cool thing about it is, even though the playlist has so many different genres, they all kind of fit well together and mesh and have a cohesive sound, so that's very cool. And that's it for my favorites today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys could help me out and click that subscribe button down below. I'm new to YouTube, so any like, comment, share really helps me out. It would be an amazing thing. 100 karma points would be coming your way. So stay tuned. I put out videos every single Wednesday and Sunday. Thank you guys so much. Bye!